Hey guys, what's up? Today we're gonna have fun on Fiverr. You know I love to do these Fiverr videos because I don't have to do all the work. And you guys are going crazy for that Fiverr logo animation trial. Have you seen that video? But today we're gonna just be doing logo designs because Plum Productions, my day job, is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year, which I can't believe. And we've had the same logo this whole time, so I'm kind of mulling over a logo design. Full disclosure, I don't anticipate that I'll be using a Fiverr design for the new Plum Productions logo. I have a feeling I'm going to want to be talking to a graphic designer in person and really getting some in-depth mock-ups and really doing something very custom. But I thought it might be fun to try to create or hire people on Fiverr to try to recreate my logo for me. Let's first, right now, take a look at the existing Plum Productions logo. It has served us well over the past 10 years, and it was actually designed by my awesome cousin, Chris. What's up, Chris? At the time, I think he worked for Dunkin' Donuts corporate, and he was a graphic designer there, and he was so sweet that he, for free, designed this awesome logo for us, and it has really served us well. But you know how things go. Over time, trends change, and we might be interested in a little bit of a freshening up. So I am going to get on Fiverr and see if we can get like a great deal on a new logo. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I'm excited. We're going to be looking at the 10, $15 and $20 price points on Fiverr. So let's jump on the Fiverr website and see what we can find. Now, I just want to let you know, if you're going to buy anything on Fiverr, whether it be a new logo animation, or anything else, I do have an affiliate link for Fiverr. It would really help support my channel so I can keep making these great videos for you guys that you really love. So if you are going to use Fiverr for anything, hit that link, support my channel. I appreciate it. All right, so here we are on Fiverr. I'm gonna set my budget to $10. 10 to 10, so we can find that $10 logo options. A lot of these are very minimalist, which is fine. I'm not sure if that's the route I wanna go. So I kinda want something between minimalist and really over-designed. All right, this one looks pretty good. Her name's Alicia, and she has a 4.9 rating. So let's click on it and see what we can get for $10. Two initial concepts included logo transparency, high-res 3D mock-up, source file, vector file, and social media kit are not included for that $10, which is fine. So let's try this. I'm so confused. The seller needs the following information to start working on your order. Buyer must provide name of the logo, type, color, dimensions, and attachments. I'm just gonna write a note and say what I'm looking for because I'm not really sure about what she's asking for here. It's a little confusing, like type. Well, type of what? Type of business or type of like file type? Like I don't know what she's asking for. So I am just gonna let her know that I'm looking for a logo redesign, that we're a professional video production company. I'm gonna see if I can attach my existing logo for her to view. Okay, so I ordered that $10 logo. Let's see what we can get for $15. And again, I'm seeing a lot of minimalist style logos. Oh, I do like this one. Okay, this is totally speaking to me, this person. Alian Rahil. Alian, I'm into it. I love that. So cute. All right, so I'm gonna order that. So this one is going to get me one initial concept for $15, logo transparency, which is super important. Anybody who designs your logo should for sure give you a transparent background logo. That's just a little tip for you. It shouldn't just ever be on a white background because you're gonna have to cut it out of the white background in order to use it on different materials that you might be creating. So trust me when I tell you, always get a transparent background, whether you're on Fiverr or anywhere else. Okay, right away I can tell that I like this guy's questions better. They're very specific about, you know, asking me about my colors, asking me what we do. Whereas with the other one, it was just like, I didn't understand what they needed from me. And I tried to provide information I thought might be necessary for a logo design. This person already knows what they need to know in order to design my logo. So I appreciate that. I feel like we're kind of more simpatico on that. So I feel pretty good about this one. Okay, so now let's look for that $20 logo. To be honest with you, in browsing these different logos, there doesn't seem to be much difference in terms of quality of product for these $5 price increments. This is kind of nice here, this first one. Interesting. All right, this one's definitely in the running. It's got a really high rating, which of course is good. Fashion logo. See, like I said, a lot of these are modern and minimalist, and I'm not opposed to that, but I want someone who's not going to be narrow in their scope of what they could create for me. And what's interesting is the same person has two profiles, and in both cases I really am loving what I'm seeing for these logos. So I'm just gonna pick this person, Samad Designs. Samad, you're speaking to me. Okay, let's see what we get for our $20. We get a vector file, which is great. Vector means it's something that you can scale up really big, so that's awesome that we're gonna get that for $20. Again, we're going to get the logo transparency. We also get the source file, unlimited revisions. I'm just going to say this about unlimited revisions. That's awesome for them to offer that to me. As someone who works in a creative field, it's dangerous to promise someone unlimited revisions. You might get kind of a nightmare client who you will be working for the next 365 days of your life for $20. So I think unlimited revisions is a little cuckoo. I wouldn't recommend ever promising that to anybody, but I'm not going to complain. I don't really see myself being the unlimited revisions kind of person though, because I know what it's like to be on the creative side of things, and that sucks. So I don't know, Samad, if you're listening, you must not have been burned before with this unlimited revisions guarantee. All right. And we get the source file, which is kind of crazy as well. Let's see here. Delivery time 3 days. Samad's going to work really hard on our logo. I'm just going to hit that order now button. And let's see what Samad Designs needs to know before creating our logo. Please provide company and business name, optional. Why would that be optional? Don't you need to know what my business is? And provide details here, also optional. So I'm just going to write a little note. Okay, we've done that. So logo designs for $10, $15, and $20. What was interesting to me right off the bat was that the $15 logo designer had a lot more pointed questions about me and my business than the other two did, which I really appreciate, because a logo is kind of a very personal thing to your company. I mean, it's like the signature of your company. So you really want something that feels like your brand, feels like your business. And when you're doing something like this remotely on Fiverr, you probably won't get the same kind of customization and real in-depth analysis that a one-on-one graphic designer in person might be giving you. But if you're on a budget, if you're starting a new business, or you're the kind of person that has lots of businesses, this, Fiverr is a great place to find this kind of creative work. So let's wait a few days and we'll see what comes back. And we're back. So it's been a few days and I haven't peeked at these logos yet. I'm actually a little nervous to see what the outcome of this experiment is. So we're going to see it for the first time together. We're all going to react together and we'll find out what we can get for our new logo designs at $10, $15, and $20 price points on Fiverr. Are you ready? Let's check it out. All right, so I'm going to go up to my messages, and I did click on these messages already just to make sure that everything had been delivered, but I did not look at the logos, I promise you. So I think this was the cheapest one. Yeah. So the total price was $12 with Fiverr's service fee. So now let us look at the details here. So here's what we ordered for $10 as a reminder: 4 revisions, 2 initial concepts included, logo transparency, printable resolution file, and a 3D mockup. So let's click back over here and scroll down. Alicia sent me a very nice email. Let's look at these logos. Okay, there's the first one. I gotta say, I'm not really crazy about this design. It doesn't really say much to me in terms of video production. It's a little reminiscent of what I already have going on. I don't really like this font, and the color's a little off. Okay, let's see what this next one is. Here's this one. It's got a leaf. You would think there would be like a plum, but there's just a leaf. And I was pretty clear that my color was purple, and I don't see purple anywhere. Let's arrow over here. And here's what the 3D version looks like. I do think it stands out better with the drop shadow. Maybe if she had made the leaf purple and the text purple, that would have been good, but she didn't. Now, I could go back and forth with her on revisions, but if I think back to when I ordered this logo from this Fiverr creator, she didn't really ask for a lot of information from me in terms of like my branding or anything. And I remember she even had like a list of information that she needed from me, and I didn't even understand what she was asking. So I can see how things were sort of lost in translation on this. Definitely not my favorite. I probably won't be using any of these for my real Plum Productions new logo. If you were like just starting your business and you didn't really have a clear vision and you just needed something, I think you might be satisfied with the middle one with the leaf. It's a little cuter, but this is definitely a $10 logo. Sorry. All right, so let's head on up back to our messages. This top one, and this is why I looked at it prior, was to make sure I knew which one was the $10, $15, and $20 price point. So this top one here is the $15 price point. You could see my total price was $17 with the Fiverr fee. And let's look at this. First, let's look at details and remind ourselves what we were expecting. Unlimited revisions, which I think I told you is a little crazy because you're really opening yourself up to kind of a nightmare headache client when you say unlimited revisions. 1 initial concept included, logo transparency, and printable resolution file. So let's go back and look. This is interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I have a lot of things I need to process here. When I ordered this $15 logo, this creator was by far the most interested in my input. He asked a lot of questions, which I really appreciated. And I can see right off the bat, he has a better color selection than the original designer. So right away, I'm a little more happy with this one. If I look at it, I can see that they've taken a little bit of kind of like the starburst image from my original logo. So it's not a huge, I mean, it's a pretty big jump, but it's not a completely huge jump from where we started. The color is dead on, which I appreciate. But the starburst also looks like a film reel, which, you know, this to me looks like something somebody looked at what I did for a living and then tried to translate it into a logo. So it's at least relevant, whereas the first one had zero relevancy to what I do for a living. This kind of heavy font, and if you look here at the way the R is kind of like slanted here, I don't know the correct terminology, kind of how wide the N is. It's very like futuristic, robotic. It's actually not at all on brand for me. We're very like personable, we're fun. That's kind of like the vibe of our brand. And so this isn't quite our vibe. And I see here the other thing, I don't know if these are like mountains that I'm looking at here. Do you see this? It's kind of like almost like the Paramount movie logo or something. There's mountains, which again does not have much to do with my brand either. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think if I didn't have a clear vision for my brand, and like I said, if I was just starting out and I just wanted something and I hadn't put that much thought into it, that I might not be unhappy with this $15 logo. I mean, you have to take into account the pricing of things. I mean, that's so cheap. So there's something to be said for that. This is definitely better than the $10 version, but I did see something else in there. So let's arrow over. Okay, and here's a different logo. Okay, you know what? Honestly, I like this one so much better than the first logo from this particular designer or the logos from the other designer. This, to me, the font is so much like friendlier and more in line with who we are. I did tell them that we use coral as an accent color sometimes, and they utilized that. I like that there's like an arrow with like a little clicking icon here and a play button. So it's like you're pressing play. And I think that is obviously relevant to what I do for a living. So I do like that. Again, they used the right color. The coral's a little off, but that's okay. I didn't provide like a hex code or anything. And it's actually very close to the coral I do use. I'd say so far this logo is the winner. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's this one to me. If I were like picking, if I were new and I were picking from all these logos so far, for sure this is the winner. Okay, so that was the $15 logo. Let's see what happens when we open the $20 logo. Let's go back over to details and see what they promised us. Unlimited revisions again, one initial concept included source file, logo transparency, 3D mockup, and vector file. So in terms of deliverables for $20, I'm getting so much more in terms of deliverables in the vector file, the source file even, which is awesome because if you ever want to make modifications or save it as different file types, it's great to have the source file. And so that is definitely a plus, but let's look at the actual design. So here we go. Wow, I don't like this at all. I don't like this. It's so, okay, it's a film reel. The thing is to me, the film reel is very cliche because that's the first thing everyone thinks of when they think of video production. Oh, I'll do a film reel. But if you actually know anything about technology, we don't shoot on film. I don't even think like movie studios shoot on film anymore. Everything's digital. So this like film reel thing is very dated to me, very dated. And this is a very literal interpretation of a film reel. It is literally a film reel. It's got this play button in the middle. I mean, there was some creativity here. I made the film reel a P. It's kind of at an angle. It's three-dimensional. These colors are so off base. So, okay, let me just make sure I understand what I'm looking at. If you look here at the bottom two logos, they are not on a slant. This top one is the 3D look. So these are, if you look at the words plum, they are straight to camera, and this film reel logo is kind of tilted backward. So that's just something to think about because I really hate the way this is off at an angle, but I see that this is just done that way to show me the 3D rendering. Yeah, this one is so off the mark. So now that I've seen all three different designers' concepts, I gotta say the winner for sure is the $15 designer in my mind. That second logo that he created for me, his name is Alian Rahil. I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm sorry, but hopefully if anyone likes your logo, you'll get a little bit of business out of this. And that was definitely the winner. And I can say that I don't think it's a coincidence that the person who asked me the most amount of questions got my brand better than the other two. The other two were just so far off and they didn't ask enough questions, in my opinion. And I will say this about Fiverr, because I did another video that I'll link to somewhere up here where I ordered up 3 different Fiverr splash screens of my logo, and I ordered them at 3 different price points, and then we went exactly through the same exercise we just went through here today. And in the comments on that video, a lot of people, I don't know, I think a lot of like designers here in the United States felt very threatened by Fiverr. And I just kind of want to say this real quick. The thing about Fiverr is that clearly things get lost in translation, not just because you're not dealing with someone face to face who's getting to know you and your personality and your people and your brand and see your work. things get lost in translation that way, clearly. But I also think things literally get lost in translation because some of these designs didn't even have anything purple in them, and because maybe the word plum isn't necessarily something that people register as purple in other languages. And so I think there's definitely value whenever you're working with anything creative to be able to talk to someone face to face and really get a better depth of understanding of what their brand is. And I want to say this about Fiverr too. If you're just starting out and you only have $10 or $15 or $20 to spend on a logo, then Fiverr is a great resource for you. And there's no shame in that. And in addition, because of exchange, currency exchange rates, your 5 or 10 or 15 American dollars might go really far for someone else in a different part of the world. It might be really meaningful for that person and their family. And so you should feel good about that if you're on Fiverr. On the flip side, if you're feeling threatened to buy Fiverr, let me just try to ease your mind a little bit. If you're doing premium work, you should be going after premium clients, not the $5 logo person. That is not your client, trust me. And I'm a firm believer that there's enough business out there for everyone. I think when Fiverr first came out, a lot of us, myself included, were nervous. Like, what does this mean for me? Am I going to be put out of business? Like, how do I compete with this? But I'm telling you that the clientele is out there who want a better quality of product. And by better, I'm not trying to disparage anyone's work. I just mean a more effective and kind of like a more custom outcome for their product, and something that's better, that's more representative of your brand, as opposed to what someone who doesn't know you, who's never talked to you, just kind of thinks out of the air when they hear what you do for a job, and they think very broadly. And I think that's actually very evident in that a couple of these designers used film reels in their designs. And I run into that all the time with when I redid my website or, a lot of things where people say, oh, you do video production. I'm going to do a film reel and I'm going to put it on a TV. And I have to say, no. We don't shoot on film, and nobody watches our stuff on TV. They watch it on their phones or on their iPads or on their desktop computers. And so then there's that conversation, and then we move past that point and we get into something that's better for my brand. And so you really there's so much value to working with someone in person. But I think that the dust has settled now that Fiverr's completely come into the marketplace. And yeah, maybe it thinned out the herd a little bit, but where we are now is that we're kind of in an ecosystem where I think there's room for everybody. And so if you're one of those designers that's watching this video, or you watched that other video and you got kind of worked up and why is she talking about Fiverr and this is going to kill my business? Like, if this kills your business, then maybe you're in the wrong field. Maybe you're not working hard enough to get those premium clients. So I just think there's a place for everyone on Fiverr. And the other advice I would give you if you are going to order a logo on Fiverr is don't spend money on the upgrades, like the source files and all the different things, until you're happy with the logo, because what you should be spending money on is the quality of the design. And as you can see at these 3 different tiny incremental price points, it was just kind of the luck of the draw what you got in terms of quality of the design. So I would recommend that you throw your money to a few different designers, find someone that you feel like is really getting what you do, maybe work with them to fine tune the logo, and then spend the money on the upgrades. It wasn't worth the extra money on the third person to get all those different source files because the original design was not great. So I hope this was very educational for you and at least entertaining. I was pretty much entertained by it. If you want to see more Fiverr videos, let me know like what other services you want me to order up on Fiverr, and we'll play this game again. And I hope you have a great week. I will see you next Monday. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks.